Welcome to Startup Hype. This is your host, Tuğçe Özkan. Today we are going to meet Marie Krick, who is a talented floral design artist. Marie has a degree in sociology and she worked as a social worker. After her degree, she completed a certificate program to become a floral designer. After her education, she started her own company as a woman entrepreneur here in the Bay Area. Today we are going to chat with her to understand how it looked like to become a successful entrepreneur in this area. We are here in Richmond, California in our studio. Now we are going to meet her to understand how it looks like to run a successful business in this area. Let's just go meet her. Stay inspired.
Stay motivated.
Stay hyped.
This is Startup Hype.
So, welcome Marie. Today we are here in Richmond in our studio. We are so excited to have you. Thank you for being here.
Thanks so much. I was so excited to get the invite.
I am so thrilled. Yeah. I'll start with the first question, I guess. So tell me what made you take the initiative and start your own business and do something different than your educational background. So how did it happen?
Yeah. So I started with social work. I was a contractor and could choose my own hours working with foster children. I would actually transport them from wherever they were to their visits with their biological parents. And that was just a really stressful job for me, as you could imagine. So I kind of used flowers as a way to just de-stress and heal after work, but I really liked the freedom that being a contractor brought me because I could choose my own hours and not have to ask for time off and whatnot. So the flowers are what inspired me to, try a career in them. But my contracting job with the social work, that gave me the taste of freedom that I wanted. So that's kind of what got me started.
That's great. That's a great motivation to run your own business and be basically the boss of yourself, right? So that's great.
Yeah.
So what does Laurel and Wine do? Like what kind of services you provide? Can you tell us a little bit about your company as well?
Yeah, I'm an event and wedding florist primarily. So I'll do mostly stuff on the weekends here in the Bay Area in California. I also do sometimes like birthday, anniversary, like smaller arrangements. But when wedding season is booming, I rarely have time for those. So that it's kind of like a seasonal thing. I'll switch up my offerings depending on the time of year. So that's what I'm about. I also have an Etsy store where I sell like dried arrangements for mostly weddings. So I just kind of have my hands in all sorts of different areas regarding flowers. So
nice.
That's Laurel and Vine.
You have beautiful arrangements, bouquets. So you have a nice Instagram account as well. Like people can go there and check it out there, right?
Thank you.
So it's beautiful. And then, so you're basically one person running the whole thing, right? So you're doing everything alone. Like what makes you motivated? Like how do you keep up to tackle everyday challenges of being an entrepreneur?
Yeah, I'm pretty stubborn. There's been a lot of times where I've wanted to give up. I started in 2016 and I know that most businesses don't make it past the 5-year mark, and I knew that for quite a while, and I just would think about that when I wanted to give up and be like, no, I'm not going to be part of that statistic. So now I'm past that mark and just kind of fighting on to the next thing, not just making it, but thriving. So I don't know, I guess I really like the freedom of it, and I just wanted to like prove the statistic wrong, I guess.
Nice. Yeah. So no, that's a great way to do it, and basically you're independent as well, right?
Yeah.
So that's
Absolutely.
great. Yeah. So everything what you shared is amazing, but there is something unique about you. So you're also teaching, right? So you have a separate Instagram account, DIY Wedding Flower Academy, I guess it's called, right?
It.
So basically you are willing to share your knowledge with others. So how does it come up, right? So like how does it motivate you? Like how does it impact your business? So what about teaching?
Yeah. I DIY'd my own flowers when I had just started my career for my wedding. AKA when I was really bad and I didn't know what I was doing. And the flowers turned out pretty terrible. The pictures kind of make me bummed. So I knew that there was a big need for brides to learn how to DIY their flowers because not everyone can afford wedding flowers. It is a luxury item.
And it's expensive usually.
Yeah, there's plenty of brides that come through my inbox that just can't afford what they want if I'm going to provide it for them. So I kind of wanted to have a place to send them that gives them a nice comprehensive education on how to do their own flowers, because it is a big project. I don't try to, like, there's a lot of things on the internet that are like, it's easy peasy and it'll look like this Pinterest photo, and it's not easy, but you got to plan and educate yourself ahead of time, but it is doable. So
you need to order stuff, you need to find the right vendor. So basically you need to take care of the whole thing, planning. So it's a lot actually. There's a lot of service there.
Yeah, it's a lot. I don't sell it as an easy thing. I just sell it as a
doable thing. Yeah, you can do it if you want that. So does it mean that it reduces your business when people do it themselves, or?
Those just really weren't my clients in the first place, because they just can't afford what I'm offering. So it's not really threatening to me or to other florists, because they really couldn't afford it in the first place. So I just think it's neat that they can have something, a way to have beautiful flowers.
That's so nice of you. So that's really nice, because teaching is also a different strength, like some people are good at that, so not my thing. So that's great. Like running a business, running your own business is not always smooth. I'm pretty sure there are like lots of challenges. You may feel sometimes like you failed or you are failing. How do you overcome this? Like, can you tell us a time that you felt this way and then you overcame?
There's one story that was just horrifying. When I had a wedding that was supposed to have an arch, and up to this point all of my clients had provided the arch, and so I just assumed there was going to be an arch when I showed up to the wedding. Go to the wedding, there's no arch. I talked to the planner, when is the arch going to be set up? She said, well, aren't you bringing the arch? I'm like,
no.
So, and that's like the main focal point of the ceremony and wedding. So that was a big deal, but this was at a winery which had 2 wine barrels that they offered to set flowers on, and I was like, okay, I'm gonna do my best here. So I like jerry rigged up this design that I never would have come up with otherwise, in the same kind of style as I was going to do on the arch, but I was just like mortified and thought that
I can imagine that's terrible
and leave a terrible review, and the planner would never refer me again or anything. But the couple loved it.
Oh my gosh!
5-star review. Still have a wonderful relationship with that planner, because I was able to work on my feet and get things done
immediately.
Yeah. So there have been times, like, I mean, now I always over communicate about who's bringing what. But there have been times where it's just like on the spot. You think you're just dead, and you think you're dead. You think it's over, and you're like the biggest idiot.
This is the most special day of people, like when it comes to wedding, you can't make a mistake. So it needs to be 100% perfect, right? So that's why it's stressful actually.
Yes, you can't screw it up too bad. So anyway, there's plenty of stories
kind of stories like this,
stories, and you survive every time, and it just makes me more confident and strong that I know that things are going to go wrong in the future, but that I can handle it.
So it's a piece of cake for you now. So
sure.
So you get used to that kind of situations, and then you just find quick solutions. So that's awesome.
Absolutely.
That's great. So Marie, what is next for you? Like, what do you envision for your next career steps? Do you want to grow this business and get bigger, or do you want to focus on something else in the future?
I would really love to grow some of my own flowers. So I've been looking for pieces of land a little bit over the past year or so, just looking for the right thing to be able to have super fresh, super local stuff. For my clients, I would really love that. I would also love a larger studio space.
Sure.
So yeah, I would definitely love to grow my business. I would love to get more students into my DIY
Right.
Flower Academy, and just kind of everything I have going on. I want to incrementally grow over the years.
Sure, yeah. Do you work with local vendors right now to supply your flowers, or do you order them like from outside of the US? Like, how do you get them?
It's a mix. Yeah. I try to choose local stuff when I can, but a lot of the things that the brides see on the internet is from like Ecuador usually.
Oh, okay.
Usually South America, and they're gorgeous, but they're just, it's hard on the planet with
Sure.
importing it all, and they're all deeply sprayed with.
And the timing,
chemicals and
season,
whatnot.
yeah,
Definitely. It's
Yeah.
helpful to have the imports in the winter time and whatnot. So yeah, I get it from
mixture.
wholesalers who source for me. So I'll put in an order ahead of time for a wedding, and they'll source from local farms when
Right.
they can, and then from wherever.
That way you
else.
can also support the local people,
Absolutely.
so that's great.
Yeah. And sometimes I'll actually go to their farms,
Yeah.
which is a wonderful experience, but I don't always have the time. The wholesalers do a great job at doing all that sourcing for me,
sure.
And then I just go to one spot and pick it all up. So,
Nice. Yeah, that sounds really fun. I mean,
Yeah.
I love flowers, and like this
Yeah.
job sounds like a dream for me. It sounds really fun, and like this is something that you can basically just enjoy every day. I would enjoy it every day.
Yeah, there are some definite magical moments.
Oh
for
yeah.
sure.
Like you just tell me, right? So it's there are times that you struggle with the clients, last minute surprises,
Yeah.
but yeah, that's all fun. Well, Marie, what takeaway key message you have for us today? What do you want to leave us with?
Yeah, I would just encourage people to just do whatever they want despite what anyone else thinks. There's been, plenty of people who were offering me jobs while I was starting my business, and it was like kind, but also it felt like they weren't believing all the way in
Right.
what I was trying to build.
Yeah.
Lots of people sort of questioning what I was doing. So I would just encourage people to stay on the path and do what you really want to do, because otherwise, what are you doing?
Yeah.
know?
You just need to enjoy what you're doing, right?
Yeah, definitely. And
Yeah.
it's not only about careers, it's really any part of life.
Yeah. You need to love what you're doing. Whatever you're doing, you have to love it, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, no, that's great. Well, I truly enjoyed the conversation, and I got inspired. I hope everyone who is watching this video will get inspired.
Thank you so much.
Well, thank you so much for watching us today. Do not forget to subscribe to our channel, comments down below, so we'll get back to you. Smash that like button. Don't forget to like our videos. And most importantly, stay inspired, stay motivated, stay hyped. This is Startup Hype. Till next time.